You ain't never seen a man turn leg gold with his hands. You ain't never seen a man get a queen wet with a glance. Water turn wine, whole wide world mine in my mind. In and out of time, my light shine bright for the blind. Something about the way I do it. 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 Said I'm gonna be a millionaire soon, but I already knew it. I'ma that the bullets fluid. All this winning therapeutic. Something about the way I do it. Something about the way I do it. They be trying to drain my energy up with the battery is not included. Women trying to be recruited. Let them do it, then I bought it. What is cute, then she folded. Something about the way I do it. I remember playing ring around the rosy. Now I got a pocket full of OZs. Water dollars, wallet full of old cheese. Got a Glock, a cock and pop a police. Block a boom, shaka laka, bada shot him while he rock a rosary. Got your mama watching out the nosebleed. Sloppy toppy while I'm trying to go sleep. Something about the way I do it, I ball out like a nudist hooping. Oh, well, who's your student? Got a problem, I'm a Rubik's Cupid. I'm a superhuman, you a decorated unique fusion. Got the music booming, marijuana got me tumor losing. I'm in my room secluded.
One of the main things that I will walk away from this whole Bill Cosby situation with is something that you brought up a minute ago about, you know, we have to make our decisions. There's some decisions that we make in life that we can't necessarily go back and fix, because life is all about the decisions that you make, right? So when you brought up the whole fact of him chastising our people,
middle class America,
and talking about
America.
victimhood, and we could do better, and we should do better, and we should know better, I automatically went to Candace Owens.
Okay.
Red Pill Black.
Right.
That's what she calls herself.
Kanye's homegirl.
Kanye's homegirl.
Right.
Who started the firestorm. That's when the firestorm with Kanye started, when he bigged her up in a tweet. Then later on he revealed his bromance with Trump. Right? So he's saying that he likes how she thinks. So he's also agreeing to this don't be a victim mentality. Stop talking about slavery. Stop talking about the white man. Stop talking about, basically, you know what I mean? That's what they're saying in a nutshell. Own up to your own up to where you're at in life, right? Own up to some of the things that you may have done wrong as a race. Own up to your position and crawl your way out of it. But don't point out the head of the snake. Don't point out the culprit. Don't take time and energy pointing out those who are still implementing what it is that we're trying to point out, because it's not like white inferiority or white fragility sailed off into the sunset. It's not like the system stopped working. The system is still working. We're utilizing real-time events and also past events that happened either in the 60s or the 600s to point out the people that are working against our best interests and whatnot. And that goes into the same people who we have to address that Cosby sided with. Now, it's in my humble opinion that when Cosby sided with these people and he decided that he wanted to take black people to people's court, or the black race to people's court, but he never mentioned anything about this, the people who all of black America was saying they killed your son.
Right.
You want to try to get NBC, they're like, yo, they killed Ennis on the side of the highway. You don't see that? And these same people would not allow you and the rest of your business partners to acquire NBC. They didn't want to see you level up. All of that head patting that they was doing to you at the Cosby Show, and when you probably was the man at 30 Rock, at the NBC building, and you let it get to your head. But when you disconnected yourself from your people, then it's almost like there's a protection that's removed from you. We're currently seeing that with Kanye West. We saw that with Orenthal James, otherwise known as OJ.
OJ.
Right? That protection left him. And then when he got jammed up, because what happens to the system, they will use you and abuse you, meaning that they will utilize you to be a traitor and very treasonous towards your race, but when they're done with you, you'll get thrown away. As we've seen, not just with Bill Cosby, this is a recurring theme. This has happened many, many, many different times before. It's wrapped up in all kind of different stories and whatnot, but it's happened many times before. People will say, well, goddamn it, Red Pill, maybe he did that to those women and it was just his time. I would say, of course, if that's what it is. But one thing that you should know about Hollywood and one thing that you should know about this society and the entertainment industry, they got dirt on everybody. As you saw with the Me Too movement, everybody has dirt because everybody was abusing their power. Not every single person, but a majority of these people that are in power. Executives all the way down to the Matt Lauers and the Larry Kings of the world. People who are the Bill, let me go through the list. The Bill O'Reillys of the world, the Roger Ailes of the world, the Matt Lauers of the world, the Harvey Weinsteins of the world. All of these people who, by the way, never got charged with a crime. And these people were accused of doing more heinous crimes than what Bill Cosby was being accused of. If you read some of the reports on what Harvey Weinstein was doing to some of these actresses, you would throw your lunch up. But they conveniently never found a way to convict any of these people. I'm talking about the Me Too movement has a list of over 200 people. So they have dirt on you. If you don't agree to certain kind of blackmails, if you try to boss up and get out of position and you try to act other than, they will blackmail you or they will expose you or they'll slip some shit to the people who work with them in media because they all work hand in hand. So they'll slip a story, they'll have a bombshell. The way that Bill Cosby got exposed is through Hannibal Buress. That's a black comedian. He went into a stand-up and he said something about the Cosby thing, and that started the quote-unquote, the train.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Conveniently, right after that, all of media jumped on it. Then one witness, then one accuser came forward, then 10, then it was like 30. So I said that I have to give the benefit of doubt to at least one of those women. Why? Because I will not get up here and say to the world that if 30 women accuse you of something, I mean, I know that there's a long payroll out there and they could convince a lot of women. What do we find out in this case? Bill was doing what? He was going against the grain, rocking with the wrong kind of women. He was, he had a Becky fetish. You know what I mean? It was about 30 Beckys that came forward and about 2 sisters. So what does that show you in hindsight? That shows you that the new generation who's watching, the older generation is watching, even some young people, you have to really be careful, especially if you're in this industry. You have to be very mindful. These girls that you're calling thoughts right now that you're taking advantage of on social media, these girls that you're calling thoughts at the video shoots, the video vixens that y'all running trains on and putting them on pills, put them on coke and all of that, the white girls who who do anything that you say, recognize and realize that shit can haunt you 40 years from now, 30 years from now, 20 years from now, 2 days from now. Okay? They're not loyal to you. They're not loyal to your race. There's just certain things that they not just going to stand by with you. So they were utilized by dominant society or by the society that they belong to go against a legend and an icon, and they helped topple him. But my spirit tells me that Bill definitely was in the 70s, right? Or in the late 70s, early 70s, over in the Playboy Mansion, because remember, nobody talks about Hugh Hefner. He died and went out like a hero. Niggas was celebrating him. But there was a lot of rape cases that were reported in Hollywood that happened in the grotto. It happened at Hugh Hefner's house. Hugh Hefner was giving niggas underage girls. So a lot of that culture that was taking place in the 60s and the 70s, free sex, quaaludes, pill popping, cocaine sniffing, booze and all of that, the bro I think he slipped up and he abused his power, and he may have taken advantage of, if it was one woman, that was one too many. I don't think that all 30 women, Janice Dickinson, that goddamn gremlin, you know what I mean? I don't think that he did anything to her, and a whole bunch of those other women, they definitely looked like they were working against his interest for somebody else. They looked like they were on a payroll, and they definitely looked like they were not telling the truth. And she also revealed it in her book that she bent the truth and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I just think that the brother he messed up. He slipped up. And the support that he could have got from Black America, the energy, the soul, the spirit. Remember, we're talking about a spiritual support. We're talking about Black America putting a lot of energy behind their quote-unquote icons and heroes. And remember, this was America's dad. So, you know, the world turned their backs on him. You know what I mean? Because white America wasn't in his corner either. The same white America that he was rooting for, they turned their backs on the brother as well. And, you know, it's a very unfortunate situation. I think that this is a catalyst that's going to open up the floodgates for a lot of just more negative, a lot more negativity when it comes to painting our icons and some of our heroes in a definitely negative light. Now, for the other flip side of it, dealing with justice and dealing with, you know, a lot of people getting brought up and getting pulled up on some of the crimes that they committed and got away with, I do feel like that's also going to happen as well. A lot more women are going to feel braver. A lot more women are going to feel more powerful. A lot more women are going to feel more charged to begin to point out some of their the people who victimized them, and some of the people who took advantage of them, because there are a lot of people that are out here running around that need to atone and need to be brought to justice for the heinous crimes that they committed. Real talk.
How could it be so? It seems so weird though that Harvey Weinstein and none of them. I think he's in a clinic or something like that.
Clinic. Basically a hideaway.
How can it be so lopsided where Cosby goes to jail and none of them go to jail? Have you been following any of that? Like why charges aren't pressed against these other dudes, Matt Lauer and all?
I mean, I don't think that there's no defense that you could utilize if we were witnessing Bill Cosby go to trial for crimes that they say he committed 30 years ago. The Harvey Weinstein accusations are retroactively going back into the 90s all the way up into now. Matt Lauer, right? I mean, even if it's sexual harassment, sexual assault, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's still a charge. I'm at a loss for words why Black Lives Matter didn't push the case. Why Black Twitter, or you know what I mean? I'm just, because remember, Lupita got assaulted by Harvey Weinstein. You know what I'm saying? Lupita, you could go and Google that if you never caught that case, because nobody made it didn't grow any legs. Lupita was a Harvey Weinstein victim. So why no black people were basically calling for the heads of these powerful, rich white men. God damn it, Bill O'Reilly, the open enemy to everything black. He basically has, you know, with his rhetoric, with his talking, with his the way that he radicalized all of these Europeans, he got blood on his hands. And black people didn't even come for Bill O'Reilly. They didn't even come for Roger Ailes, the owner of Fox News, when they were talking about they had all kind of buyouts for sexual harassment. It wasn't just sexual harassment. I think one of them were raping women. Okay? So it's yo, I don't know why none of them have been charged. There's not even an investigation taking place on many of these individuals. There was an individual, it's not Harvey Weinstein. There was another director. His name kind of low. I don't have his name on cap. He had 200 accusers come forward, and they talked about rape. Harvey Weinstein, they talked about rape. I'm talking about international rape. He was raping chicks at the Cannes Festival. He was raping women in L.A., in Hollywood, and in New York. So he could get indicted by the feds, like they hit what's my dude? What's the boxer back in the days? The one who's knocking everybody out. And the feds hit him for crossing state lines with a white woman.
Not Jack Johnson, right?
Yeah, Jack Johnson.
Okay.
So they could hit Harvey with all kind of things. Harvey has no worries in the world. He's gonna get sued. He got fired. But he's still walking the earth with no handcuffs. No, he don't got no cases coming up. So could people use the Cosby verdict as a catalyst to begin to catch everybody out there who's running around? I don't know. it's up to the people. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely up to the people.
Do you think it's any coincidence that the same week people were celebrating Meek getting out, Cosby got caught up and found guilty? Is that just a coincidence? Are we looking too deep for conspiracies there?
Yeah, I mean, you know, spiritually, you could look at it and be like, it's a coincidence. They're both from Philly, you know.
Right.
To me personally, it was an eye opener because it showed me definitely that there's, you know, there's a shift taking place. You know, Meek Mills is the proverbial archetype that Cosby was rallying against in some of his diatribes. You know what I'm saying? Meek Mills represents the latchkey, at-risk, ratchet, street youth. He represents, he's a champ, he's the people's champ for the same people that Cosby was trying to slam that we're not forgiving him about, right? So Meek Mill was pulling, he had Robert Kraft, the owner of the 76, he was pulling heavy hitters to get his case thrown out or his case to be reviewed and retrialed and whatnot. Cosby wasn't pulling too many heavy hitters. You feel me? He didn't have Obama tweeting, yo, you know, free Cosby, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, my man is innocent. Like a lot of Jill Scott, Kevin Hart. I didn't see many of the newer Will Smith, the newer Philadelphia natives, you know what I mean, rallying behind Cosby, showing up to court, you know, taking selfies with him, like, you know what I mean, wearing the shirts. Like, they didn't bang for Cosby like they was banging for Meek. Meek was a sensation around the goddamn globe. You know what I'm saying? So is it a coincidence that they let one go and then they take one? I don't know, but I would just say that the irony in the whole thing is very interesting. If anybody running around saying, yo, Meek Mill is Illuminati, listen. Meek Mill was behind bars, and Meek Mill had a team who cashed in on their contacts to get somebody freedom, which is the most important thing on this planet next to breathing. So he didn't tell on anybody. He didn't have to snitch. That's how a lot of people that y'all might be celebrating, but a lot of these Negroes get out of jail by snitching, and they put other men in jail. So if he went out by utilizing his contacts and his Rolodex, because he's aligned himself inside of the industry, he's in the entertainment industry. He's not in the conscious community. He's not one of your leaders. He doesn't subscribe to the mind state that some of you hoteps have. He's in the entertainment industry. So it would be in his interest to be followed by Robert Kraft, to know the owner of the 76ers. He don't got no ceiling. He's not being held to the same standards that y'all hold people in this community to. So he signed to Jay-Z in management. He's dealing with power players, and they help. I don't think Meek Mill was making wild collect calls. His team, right, who's called the Dream Chasers, went and chased his dreams. And his stocks is out of the roof right now because what is he? He's symbolic to people, even if there's 2 million niggas in jail, because people gonna bring that up. Well, tell the 2 million niggas in jail, go to the law library and holler at their teams, because it's their teams that are in the streets who are letting them down. They're the ones that forgot about them. They the niggas that's running behind niggas' baby moms trying to knock them down. His Meek Mill showed you teamwork makes the dream work. Miss me with all of the judgment. I'm not here for that. Teamwork makes the dream work. I want anybody, because in my humble opinion, we did the video on Meek. He didn't deserve to be behind the bars. He deserved to be with Poppy, his little son. You know what I mean? And he deserved to be with his community, because that's how I saw it. And that's what happened. It's the brother's home. So you niggas could have a seat with all of the bullshit hating that y'all be doing. But like I said, I don't know about Cosby's team. Where's his Dream Chasers? Where the fuck is Theo at? And Rudy and all of them? Where's Raven? Simone? So, you know, get your team together, because it could be you one day.
Now, in terms of Bill Cosby, you know, and him coming at black people, we got a situation with Kanye coming at, you know, the young female Candace Owens, talking about the whole victimhood concept. Mm-hmm. Have you ever, now you have a clothing line, you are, you know, you're a lecturer, you're a musician, you got a lot going on for yourself. Mm-hmm. Have you ever looked at a brother who's sitting back complaining about the world, playing video games, or just maybe he's not playing video games all the time, but he's just sitting around and he constantly complains about white supremacy. Have you ever thought to yourself, brother, if I did it, you could do it? Or if I started my business, you could start your business? Or if I make time for my son, because I always see you with your son, you could make time for your son and spend time with your children. And if you have, what makes that thought process to that brother different from what Candace Owens, a Bill Cosby, or a Kanye West is saying to a larger group?
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and the context in which you say it. Now, I'm all for motivation all day because I was actually motivated to do some of the things that I'm doing now. But the way that it was given to me was not in a way I didn't have, the person who gave me the motivation didn't have to side with white supremacy or white inferiority. They didn't have to side with the alt-right. They didn't have to side with our open enemies who are using that as talking points for the reason why they're getting away with the things that they're getting away with.
Police murder, all of that.
I mean, murder. They're out there killing
prison.
Police. In the lecture that I did in Atlanta, the alt-right has 100 bodies. Now, you could add 104 after the Waffle House incident. So I stay clear from repeating or regurgitating any of their talking points. Now, we know in our community, especially what is known as the conscious community, we rally against victimhood. We rally against victim consciousness.
Some people, not everybody.
Well, I'm saying we, when I'm speaking about we're talking about this channel, we're talking about the people who we're affiliated with. We're talking, we're more so about celebrating victories. We point out what has happened to our people, but we speak about it in a way where it does not reek of us being victims, because we know that there's no power in victimhood. We also know that there's no solution inside of victimhood, and we also know that if you waste time and energy complaining, that time and energy, you'll be fatigued when it comes time to put in any kind of work. Some people feel that complaining, and some people feel that finger pointing is actually doing the work. We understand this part, but at the end of the day, I have 100 people that I could say, yo, I agree with them before I say Candace Owens, aka Red Pill Black, or anybody else that's out there on that side is saying the same things. That's all I'm saying. White fragility. We're trying to push that term to replace white supremacy. That's white victimhood. That's a bunch of white people running around talking about woe is me. Okay, the red pill movement, that is a bunch of men who are basically white women haters, and they're victims as well. They're dealing with victimhood. The alt-right, Milo and all of them, they're victims as well. They're dealing with victimhood. They 4chan, read it, the chat. All of these people are dealing with forms of victimhood consciousness. But I've said it on many occasions, we have a laundry list of young black men and women who were shot down by the police. Some of them have been martyred, but a lot of them haven't. And I'll leave it at that. And
on that note, I want to sign out. Leave your contact information for the people, brother.
Yes, sir. Patreon /Red Pillar. All right, for all of my supporters, all of my Patreons out there who continue to support the endeavors, the creative endeavors, and everything that we're doing. Salute, love, and light to you. EL_Filthmore, PHILTHMOOR at Twitter and Instagram. Phil T. Moreland, that's the YouTube channel. Check me out on Melanin Mondays. And I believe the app is back in the store. Blue got it on his phone. So you could go and look for Know the Ledge. Know the Ledge in both of the app stores, the Google and it's cross platforms. And we got some things coming up. We'll keep you informed. We'll let you know. We have some very exciting news about ATL, KTL, and the ATL. We're going to be bringing that in the near future as well. So thank you, Brother Rich. Love and light to the family. I'll see y'all on June 3rd. Pull up. You already know what it is.
Right. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure if you enjoy the content on this channel, make sure you show support to those who support you.
Facts.
You could sign up to the Patreon page, or you could donate via PayPal. Both links are in the description bar.
Kings County.
Thank you, family. Peace.
Yeah, Kings County. Check us out. All right. Peace.
You ain't never seen a man turn leg go with his hands. You ain't never seen a man get a queen wet with a glance. Water turn wine, whole wide world, mind in my mind. In and out of time, my light shine bright for the blind. Something about the way I do it. 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 Said I'm gonna be a millionaire soon, but I already knew it. I'm a death, the bullet's fluid. All this winning therapeutic. Something about the way I do it. Something about the way I do it. They be trying to drain my energy up with the battery, it's not included. Women trying to be recruited. Let them do it, then I bought it. What is cute, think she fooled it. Something about the way I do it. I remember playing ring around the rosy, now I got a pocket full of OZs. Water dollars, wallet full of old cheese. Got a Glock, a cock and pop a police. Block a boom, shaka laka, bada shot him while he rock a rosary. Got your mama watching out the nosebleed. Sloppy toppy while I'm trying to go sleep. Something about the way I do it, I ball out like a nudist hooping. Or a who's your student, got a problem, I'm a Rubik's Cubit. I'm a superhuman, you a decorated unique fusion. Got the music booming, marijuana got me tumor losing. I'm in my room secluded.